It has been a hot minute since we talked about Shawty Bae, and y'all, she's been blowing up on TikTok yet again, for multiple reasons. Y'all, I cannot believe that she literally broke up with her boyfriend because he's not toxic enough. I'm like, look, I know that Shotti Bae is a little bit, people get mad when I say this, but she's a little bit slow, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like, okay, I get it, but also too, that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like to break up with your man because he's not toxic enough, which I do gotta say, I've known a couple people, girls and guys, who have said this before, which, look, I get it. Some people get bored when like relationships are like healthy and stuff, but like to break up with somebody because they're not toxic enough, that's when I'm like, y'all need to go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like I broke up with my ex because he was too toxic. Do you know what I mean? Or I guess maybe we were too toxic within the relationship together. So I'm like, it's a little bit trippy that people are like ongoing, getting over people because they're not toxic enough, which I think is just crazy. And going back to like the slow topic, you know what's so crazy? I did talk to you guys about this before. It's been a while since I've talked about Shawty Bae, obviously, but I did make some people mad when I had said, I was like, well, she's a little bit slow, you know what I'm saying? But then you know what's so crazy is I have talked to multiple people, and I'm not exaggerating, I can't even keep count, only because I just wanted to get like a consensus, you know what I'm saying, of like how many people find the word slow when you're talking about somebody. And you know what's so crazy? I asked everybody, like, would you rather be like called like mentally disabled, mentally challenged, or would you rather be called slow? Everyone said slow. So this goes back to what I was saying a couple videos ago, talking about like saying the word crazy and people getting offended by that. I'm like, I just can't keep up. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of over it. And I'm like, you know what? I feel like everyone knows that Shawty Bae is a little bit slow. You know what I mean? So I am, look, I'm keeping it real with you guys. I've said this before. And the reason why I even mentioned her being slow is because she was being called out before for being rude, which by the way, we're going to talk about that within today's video too, because she was being rude to some fans yet again. Well, people called it being rude. I don't know. I'm a little bit indifferent about it. You guys will see. But anyways, that's the reason why I said that, because I was like, oh, like, I give her a little bit of a pass because she a little slow. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I said it. It's not like I was saying it in a diss type of way. I was saying it as in like, she's not all there. She got a couple, screws loose upstairs. So I just feel like, I don't know. I can't really expect her to be the same as everybody else. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, y'all, letting you guys know within like the coming videos, my neighbors are like plastering or stuccoing or whatever the hell it's called to their house, and it is so freaking loud. I'm gonna try my hardest to edit it out, but I have to film today, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Of course, when I have so many videos to film, they are over here blasting their house away, and it is just, yeah. And they started at like 7 o'clock in the morning too. I was like, oh my god, like that shit is so loud. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump on into this. Okay, the first thing that I do want to talk about is her being called rude. I'm a little bit indifferent about this only because I feel like, well, at least she said sorry. Do you know what I mean? But I do got to keep it real. Um, Please let me know your guys' thoughts on this, okay? Because maybe I am looking at this in a different type of way, but I just feel when I see a social media influencer telling somebody no for a picture, that's not at a dinner table. You know what I'm saying? A dinner table or like a freaking church service or like a funeral, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, there are some exceptions to where it is like extremely rude to ask somebody for a picture, and I really do feel like if you're sitting down at a restaurant, like low-key, it is kind of rude to go up to somebody and be like, can I take a picture? You know what I'm saying? But when you're walking around a fair and you're literally just walking around and you tell them no, I do think that is pretty rude, low key. And on top of that too, I feel like especially because Shawty Bae is just like an influencer, you know what I mean? Like she's no freaking Katy Perry. Oh my god, speaking of Katy Perry, right before filming this, she was seen on like a date with Justin Trudeau, which is like, y'all, is it like the Prime Minister of Canada, the President of Canada? I think it's the Prime Minister, something of Canada. And I was like, oh, damn, that's a little crazy. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like she's like a celebrity like that. Like, I get like celebrities may be like, oh my god, I'm tired of taking so many pictures. It's like, girl, you're Shawty Bae. Like, why are you saying no to a picture? But then I do have to say, at least she was like, no, not right now, sorry. Like, at least it wasn't as rude before, because I don't know if you guys remember months ago, I'm talking about like maybe 7, 8 months ago, I did make a video to where people were calling her rude as hell because she was so rude to a girl in a parking lot, and she was like a little girl. She was like, no. Like, I was just like, damn, like, okay, I get it. Like, going back to what I was saying, I get it. Like, I know that she's like a little bit slow, you know what I mean? But I was like, that's pretty rude, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that too, I feel like you're at a public fair with so many people, you're live streaming with this guy Zavala, like, obviously people are going to be drawn to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you didn't want that type of attention in public, then why did you agree to live stream in public? Like, people are obviously going to know where you're at. People are obviously going to see the cameras, the lights, the mics, all that stuff. So like, if you didn't want that attention, like, girl, just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little bit indifferent about it. I'm kind of like, well, at least she said no, not right now, sorry. You know what I mean? Which was a little bit of a better tone versus before. So I'm like, maybe she is making a little bit of progress to being a little bit more nice. But also at the same time too, I'm kind of like, girl, you're a social media influencer or social media content creator. Like, take a picture. And you know what, I never, sorry, before, I'm like really rambling today. Low-key, I just chugged like one of these Quest coffee energy drinks that I noticed on the side. It said that it has 2 times the caffeine of a cup of coffee. So I was like, oh damn. You know what I just don't understand too about some influencers that say no to taking pictures is like, when you're an influencer slash content creator, you want people to take pictures with you because then they post them and then tag them. That helps expand your following. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, say for example, this person that asked her to take a picture that she says no to, who's to say she doesn't have a few thousand followers on social media and she posts it and people are like, oh, who's that girl? Click on her profile and be like, oh, damn, she's a content creator. Let me follow her. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't get it, but make sure you guys let me know your thoughts on this. Check this clip out.
There you go.
Hi. Not right now, sorry. No, it's because, you know, I tried to get out of here already.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, Chad. Don't cancel me.
No.
So I need to know your guys' thoughts on that. Like, did you guys feel like that was rude? Like I said, I'm just so in the middle about it where I'm kind of like, well, at least you said sorry, I guess. You know what I mean? And then also at the same time, too, I'm like, girl, you could have took a picture that would have taken literally 10 seconds. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, girl, you're not Rihanna. Like, you need to calm down. Anyways, I want to go ahead and get into the boyfriend situation because I am so confused about this whole entire situation because this guy Zavala did come out as like bi, which like a lot of people are saying that he's lying, that he's doing it for like clickbaiting and he's doing it to like get his views up. I can't keep up with these content creators this day and age, honestly, y'all, because I'm like, are people really lying about this just to get clicks and views? That's a rumor, okay? I don't know if he really is, but a lot of people are saying that, and I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh. Needless to say, I guess that he was like, you know, flirting with Shawty Bae and making some comments for Shawty Bae, and like the boyfriend got mad. And I can't tell if this was all part of the skit or whatnot, but I do have to say, low-key, I found it to be very funny that you guys are going to see these couple of clips to where he was being some type of way towards this guy Zavala. And then I am not kidding you, like within the next 3 days after their stream, Shawty Bae broke up with his ass. So I'm just kind of like, what is going on here? And I just have to say the timing of everything was a little bit funny because I'm like, he's over here like standing up for her and it really did seem like he really did like her, and then she goes and dumps his ass. Check these clips out.
Bro, I thought you were homeless, bro.
I need a new roommate. Maybe you can come along.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, so you're dead ass like I can actually sleep with you? Well, not with you, but like maybe. Hey. I know.
Okay, that's
Like that was the last straw, bro. Like I'm dead ass, bro.
Fogger for life. Talking about dick.
I don't want to say it in front of her, but like, hey, chill out, bro. Yeah. Dead ass, cause I really get very angry, bro, when people like try to flirt with my girl.
I know. I'm not even trying to flirt. It's like this is my demeanor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my bad, though. If you ever feel some type of way, like just let me know, like, or tap my shoulder, and you know.
I really do feel some type of way.
My bad, bro.
All right.
Please shake hands on that.
Nah, bro.
There y'all saw from them clips right there, like he seemed a little bit bothered about it, but y'all already know, like when it goes down to these content creators, like they really do, you know, they fake the funk. And I do have to say, like, I always give them credit because I feel like they low-key have become like the new version of like improv actors. The fact that they're in front of a live audience, in front of a live camera, and they're like, you know, rolling with it. I don't know if it was fake. I just feel like I take everything with a grain of salt now because I'm kind of like, maybe Zavala had said like, hey, I'm gonna flirt with her, but like get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? So that way we can get the views up because we all know how it goes. The drama brings in the views. Anyways, I do have to say this. A lot of people were saying that this guy seemed really good for Shawty Bae. Like, he really did seem like he was in it for the right reasons. He seemed like he really did like her. And I do have to say this, like, from what I have seen of them on live before, I was like, oh, wow, like, they actually really do seem like a legit couple. I don't know if you guys remember before when Shawty Bae was with that guy, Rich Boy Cardi. It was like, by the way, whatever happened to him? Like, I have not seen him on TikTok in months now. Like, I feel like ever since Shawty Bae left his ass, like, he has not been around anywhere. But everybody could like look at that and see like, oh damn, like he was really using Shotti Bay. You know what I'm saying? And then towards the end when he was like crying about it, I was like, low-key, he's crying about it because he really just realized that he lost all of his fame. He lost all of his money. Like, he was, you know, flying out with Shawty Bae to, like, Hawaii and going on all these, like, nice little trips that obviously Shawty Bae was, you know, paying for because she's making the big bucks, being that she does pull in the views. But it just seemed like, you know, from an audience standpoint that, like, he was using her. This guy Of course, there's going to be people that are saying that he's using her, but I don't know. It seemed like legit. He really seemed into her. He seemed like he really did like her. And yeah, she ended up dumping his ass. Which, by the way, I do have to say it was a little bit weird though, because she had talked about him before like he was her boyfriend. But then supposedly they're both saying now like they were only in the talking phases, that they never really agreed to be exclusive. They never really agreed to be boyfriend, girlfriend. I gotta say this though, when you guys hear her reasoning for breaking up with him, I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, I get it. Like, I know she's, much younger than me. I want to say she's probably like 24, 25, So I get it that maybe with maturity, maybe she'll grow up. But to like get up on the internet and say that you're leaving somebody because they're not toxic enough, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just not going to get behind that ever in my life. I understand the whole phrasing of it, because I really do believe that a lot of people, like, they get bored and they feel like if a relationship is normal and healthy, they're so used to the toxicity that they're just kind of like, oh, why is this going so normal? And then they almost like get bored of it, that in a weird way, being toxic kind of like turns them on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like an argument, they find it entertaining, but that's how I'm like, you got to go to therapy when you're attracted to toxicity. Like, something is a little bit wrong there. And I get it. Obviously, it could stem from childhood. You know what I mean? Like, say, for example, if you grew up in a toxic household, like, that's your version of normal. So therefore, when you get in a normal, healthy relationship, then it's kind of like, what the hell? Like, this is how it's supposed to be. And then they want to break up with the person. But I'm just like, that's kind of sad. You know what I mean? Like, for a person to break up with somebody because they're not toxic enough. Check this out.
And yeah, that's it. I'm the one who broke the thing apart. It's because sometimes I just need what I need. It's just that there's things that I didn't like. I like toxic men. I really do, honey. And he's not toxic. There you go. And I need to come up with it every night, bro. I can't live without it either. He deserves someone better than me. I feel like I'm not there. Because like, I don't know, but I don't know. I've been feeling this way for a couple weeks. And like, I told him how I felt. Like, I told him what I was like. I told him how I felt. I really felt. I do like him a lot, but there's things that I don't like about him. And I told him. And then he said, I will try harder, and then and then things never change. It's not changing. So I'm like, I'm over it,
There y'all saw from right there. She was saying that he deserves somebody better, but then also he wasn't toxic enough, which, yeah, I am so sorry. To me, that is so damn crazy. But like I said, I have personally known quite a few people who have said that, they really do like a toxic relationship, which... that's crazy to me, y'all, because I really do feel like, to me, it's so crazy only because I have been around so many friends before who have been in toxic relationships, and you never know what you're going to get. One couple in particular that I used to be super, super close with, y'all, like one of the girls within the relationship, if y'all saw my podcast before, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. One of the girls used to be my best friends, but then it was so crazy because I genuinely loved her and her girlfriend, but then you never knew what you were going to get when you went out with them. Like, sometimes it was the best time of your life, and then sometimes it was World War III and so embarrassing and just so dramatic that I'm just like, who wants to be in a relationship like that? Like, who wants to be in a relationship to where it's like a roller coaster up and down? Like, you don't know if today's going to be a good day or a bad day. Like, to me, that is wild. So I just can never really get behind it because I like consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, when I was with my ex, I'm like, depending upon his mood, that really, made the outcome of the day. Like, some days it was like, oh, hell yeah, this is a good day. And the next day it's like, oh, he's in a bad mood. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I like consistency. And to me, the toxic shit is crazy. Anyways, I do want to go ahead and play a couple other clips right here from her, like, ex-boyfriend. Well, whatever he was considered, because honestly, y'all, they really did make it seem like they were together, and he even confirmed that they were only in like the toxing oh my gosh, in the talking phases, which they low-key seemed like they were legitimately together. Check out these clips right here.
I wasn't giving her enough, and that's literally my fault. I wasn't giving her enough. She wanted, like she wanted more, and I wasn't giving it to her, and like that's me because of like work and like like I would be tired, and then like she deserves someone way better, she dead ass deserves someone way better. She's sweet, kind, no hate towards her. Like, literally, we're still friends. We're on good terms, we're still friends. We're still gonna hang out, like her friends are still my friends, like like everything everything is cool.
On chat, whose shoulder can I cry on? I was the problem. Apparently, I wasn't toxic, bro.
If the Nuno didn't smell well, just say it.
No comment.
Did it smell like Dior?
The Nuno indeed smells.
You think Shawty ever got with him?
With it? No.
Bro, that's
I'm okay. I'm not okay, but I'm okay.
There y'all saw from those clips right there that he was being so nice about it, but what I want to know is if he had originally saw the clip to where she was saying that he wasn't toxic enough, because he was making it seem like, oh, like we're on good terms, everything's fine and dandy. I just, you know, he was really like blaming himself, you know what I mean? Saying that like, oh, because of work or whatever, he couldn't really give her all that she wanted, but then she's over here saying he's not toxic enough. I don't know, y'all. I think it's a little bit crazy, but either which way, I do have to say, like, he seemed like he was, like, a legitimate, like, good guy for her, and maybe she's just a little bit too immature right now that she doesn't realize that he is, you know, a good guy for her. I do have to say, though, I am a firm believer in timing. Like, y'all, I went to high school with this one couple who, they were together all throughout high school. Shit, even I want to say up until they were probably, like, 21, 22. They broke up for, like, 10 years, and then now I'm friends with them both on Facebook, and now they're getting married. Like, after so many years apart, they're, you know, obviously in their mid-30s, they got back together, and they are getting married, which I'm like, damn, it really does depend upon time. Sometimes I feel like, depending upon somebody's maturity level or where they're at in life, like, it could really play a huge role in things, and maybe later on in life they will rekindle. And I feel like hopefully, you know, she meets somebody like this guy, because honestly he really did seem like a nice guy, and he really did seem like he wasn't, you know, using her, but that's just from what I've seen. Obviously I don't know behind the scenes, but it seemed like he really did like her. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.